Good morning. It's gonna be 6 o'clock in the morning soon, so I just woke up a little bit earlier. And I meant to share this last night, but we just fell asleep fast with the babies. One is here, and the other one is here. They don't like to wake up at 6 o'clock like mommy, but it's okay. So, not yesterday, the day before, baby boy, they said at school that he had runny tummy and twice had kind of like a diarrhea, and was saying that his tummy hurts. And that was the day when they had to go to their field trip to the local shrine and eat lunch there. So we made them a bento box, like lunch box. And when they came back, baby girl, she ate all her stuff, and his box was full of his food, and he didn't feel like eating. He was in pain, and I noticed that day, the day before, actually, he didn't really go poo-poo. And the reason I'm sharing this is it's not gonna be nice to what I'm gonna say, but it's valuable to know for all those moms with small babies, because I mean, he's not a baby. He's like 3 years old now, but he's a toddler. But it happened to my other boys when they were small a lot. And so it's an experience, and I want to remember it because, they grow too fast. And so he comes home and he's in pain. He walks funny and, like a little bit bended forward, like a grandpa, and very, very slowly towards the car from the nursery school, and avoids sitting down a lot. And when he sits, he is very slowly sinking into the car seat, and I'm like, something is not right there. So there's this germ going around the whole country in different areas, like on and off. But it's a germ that makes you puke and vomit and diarrhea. It's like a stomach germ, and it's been going around. So I was thinking maybe it's that, and maybe he just had diarrhea, and maybe he has to visit a doctor. And by the end of that day, on Wednesday, March 1st, he had already like a little bit of fever because his body was in a lot of distress. And they've been walking, and it's been, for them, they're small, they get tired easily. And so I put him on his potty and I told him to push whatever is there, to push it out. And he doesn't cooperate. He's still, he's a boy. Boys don't get potty trained until I'll give him probably another year with diapers. Well, baby girl, she's good at that. Long story short, the next day, yesterday, Thursday, he stays home. And Thursdays is when hospitals in this area are closed. I think they accept patients in the morning, and they didn't close before lunch they close. And so my hope was that his father will take him to the hospital or some kind of clinic so he can get some medicine, or at least the doctors can tell what's wrong with him, like why he's in pain. In my gut, I kind of felt that it's constipation, because I knew for 2 days he hasn't pooped. He usually is regular. He every day he goes poo poo, but for 2 days he didn't. And so in my head I was thinking, if a baby boy doesn't do it once a day, it becomes rock. rock poo poo, not fun, and he avoids pain probably. So that's what I thought. But then I was like, no way, it's not possible because he had diarrhea twice in school. So that's, you know, whatever it is, he just cleansing his system. Well, he was not taken to the clinic. Instead, he was taken to Honda shop because his father had to, I don't know, check up on his car. I don't know. It doesn't matter if I was frustrated or no. It doesn't. This is all doesn't matter. Like, the focus is on the kid. So all day he's been at home, and his sister went to school. And I come home last night, and every time he has a bite or drinks something, the he starts he starts jerking his body, and he feels in pain, and he starts crying. And towards the end of the day, like later on in the evening, he was crying. He was in pain, and he was crying. So I panicked. I thought maybe I have to call ambulance. I don't know. Like, I panic. And I think, if he has some kind of internal bleeding or internal something like like that requires surgery, I don't know. He was crying really hard. And he just kept saying that he wants a big hug. So I did. And his body was in distress, like his heart was gonna jump out of his chest. And I keep rubbing his back, and I keep massaging his tummy, and I'm like, okay, let's go bath before whatever happens. If we have to go to the emergency room or whatever, let me bathe you first. And we go to the bathroom, and I take his clothes off, and I take his diaper off, and he had stains of like brown liquid around the diaper. But I noticed that there was a rock trying to come out of his cute little bum. And so I know it's gonna sound crazy. I know it's gonna sound, I don't know, like people will be like, you disgusting, you crazy, or whatever. I don't care. I'm a mom, and I'm there to help my baby. And so I saw something coming out, and he had really hard time pushing it. So I was like, I knew it. I knew it. It was something that has been stuck there for 3 days, and he doesn't want to take it out because it's very painful for him. And so I literally started helping with my fingers because it was coming. He just didn't want to push it all out. So I'm not gonna go in details, but with 3 attempts, at the end, this big, long rock came out of his bum, and he stopped crying. And after that, he felt like I could feel how his body goes like kind of feeling. And of course it was painful for his bum because it's been sitting there. So that's why he was bended forward, and that's why he avoided sitting on his bum, because it was I'm not even exaggerating, it was this thick and this big. And I put that in the diaper, and I was like, oh my gosh. And we cried. I mean, I cried happy tears, and he was just very content and at peace and relieved. That's his face. And so I washed him well and got his sister, and she joined him, and they played in the bathtub for a while, and it was just fun. And I felt so much relief. Like, I don't care. They're my 4th and 5th baby. By this time, I am okay, and I'm so used to all smells and all kinds of diaper changing and puke. And puke I'm not tolerant to. Puke I have hard time with. It makes me puke. But poo poo and pee pee and like those things that for kids, I can handle it, and I can touch it without like gagging and things like that. because at this point, like, you know, you have to help your kid, so it doesn't really matter. You know, of course, you wash and sanitize hands very well afterwards and stuff like that. But my point is, at that moment, I was alone. There were 3 older boys, one watching TV, 2 staring at their tablets, and baby girl concerned about him, but cannot do much because she's still small. And actually, as always, absent father. I was actually thinking to text him when he was crying in the kitchen, like really hard and really in pain. I was thinking maybe I should call him and tell him that the baby's in pain and I don't know what to do. But I didn't. I don't know. I just didn't. And because he wanted me constantly to hold him, and I didn't know where my phone was, and I was like, let's just go to the bath. And the relief all happened so fast in the bathroom. And I remember those moments because those are the moments when I'm reminded, you know, being a mom is a great calling. You're not only there to give them hugs and to comfort them and to feed them dinners and meals and bathe them, and you're there to you're there for them in the extreme moments when they need comfort, when they don't know how to help themselves, they need an advice or they want to share something. You're there for them basically all the time and for all kinds of circumstances, even for the times when you don't want to be there and you don't want to see it or feel the hurt, but you're there for that too. And do fathers do that? I don't know, maybe some do. Can fathers do that, what I did last night? Pulling poo-poo out of his bum? I don't know. But the truth is I wouldn't be able to know, right? Would I know? I don't know. So I just keep moving. And I always will be there for my kids. And if they're constipated, I remember my 3rd boy. He used to have lots of constipation, but he was a bit older. And he was not 3. He was older than that, but like he wasn't regular in the bathroom. So I used to buy him those tomato juice cans. They sell them like, how many? Like a 20 or 30 inside of a big box. And I used to buy them because I like tomato juice too a lot. Like in the winters, I like to drink it because I don't know, I just like tomato juice, but I know it helped him. So every time he was in the bathroom crying, "Mommy, help," I would go with a cup of tomato juice for him, and because it's very thick, you put a little bit of water to make it watery with a straw, and he drank it, and that kind of like mentally started helping him, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get tomato juice and it's gonna help me push it out, until he learned to, as he grew older, he learned to do it without the tomato juice, and he learned to be more regular in the bathroom. But I remember the tomato juice. So, but baby boy here, the 3-year-old, he didn't want to try the tomato juice, no matter what I mix it with. Oh, there is another thing that helped me. There's this powder that they buy. You can buy here in the supermarket. It's a fibers powder. So you can put it in water, in milk, in juice, in anything, and you mix it together, and it's kind of like it's like gelatin, like sticky, but when you put it in the substance, it doesn't taste like anything. So I gave him that on Monday. I was like, diarrhea or not, whatever the teachers see, that's the thing. I cannot really freely communicate with those teachers. So all they told me is he had diarrhea twice. Why? Nande kana? Why? And it hit me like, if there is something like in his body that has to be clean, at least the fiber is gonna help him. And so I gave him one of those packages of fiber, which luckily I had in the drawer. And he drank it, and the urges to push out came even stronger, but he didn't. So that night and the whole entire day after, he just kept this rock inside of his body. Last night I gave it to him again, but I think the fiber helped because it made it, I guess, how should I put it, the landing softer, the pushing softer. I don't know. Otherwise it would be, I had experiences with my older three boys when they were small toddlers and they had constipation. I had to take them to the hospital where they insert in their bum something like a medicine that makes everything, dissolves everything into like a puree, and everything comes out, like the urges start coming, so everything comes out in the diaper. So they always ask us to bring extra diapers for that and wipes. And I've done it a few times with the older one, especially my oldest when he was baby. I brought him a few times and they knew. So because you're in pain and your temperature goes up and it's really bad. So we did that and it worked. But so I know it works, but I don't have it at home. And it was late night last night and it was like after 8 o'clock. So I was like panicked, and the fiber helped. And he helped me like in the bathroom. He listened to my instructions. I told him to push, and I asked him to stay still, and he assisted me, and he helped me. It was not just me pulling stuff from his bum. No, he helped me a lot, and naturally the body got rid of everything. But oh, the relief he had, that boy. He was so cheerful afterwards. He played with his sister in the bathtub. He was really, really in high spirits afterwards with his brothers, and happy and calm, and actually ate something because he didn't want to eat much before that. So we're back to normal. He's gonna go to school today. It's Friday. We're gonna push through the last day of the week. And I'm just very grateful for the little voice that always tells me in my head what to do, which people call trust your gut, consciousness. I call it the spirit of the Lord. He's my guide always, especially in those moments when I feel like I'm surrounded by people in the room, but like I'm alone. And because I'm the only adult, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the Lord's Spirit. Always guides me in those moments. I cannot deny it. It's just, I know it's not my thoughts. I know it's not my experience. And experience helps. But because you experienced it before, that little voice reminds you, do this, do that. And so I do. And it helps them. And if I'm here on this earth to help my kids grow and shape up and be the people the Lord wants them to be, so be it. I'll be that. I'm more than glad to help. Okay, it's after 6, so good morning and bye. And it's getting brighter outside.